r/AskReddit, what highly unlikely event have you experienced? We found our family dog after about 3.5 years. Was stolen and was living 2 miles down the road. The gall. What was the reunion like? I'm the 34th in vitro baby in the Midwest, born with red hair and blue eyes, and 4 kidneys. The odds of all those happening together are very small. Edit. Unfortunately I cannot donate them as they are half the size and attached to the first set. Did the doctor also have red hair, blue eyes, and 4 kidneys? Out of curiosity, are all of those kidneys functional? Do they provide any benefits, or is it just a health complication for you? Groovy mutant. I had 8 wisdom teeth, though it's not as highly unlikely as I thought when I had them removed, lol. I did have a fantastic recovery, however, which is more than I can say for other people I know. Pulled over on my driving test. My best friend got pulled over for speeding in a school zone on hers. Saw ball lightning. Cloud to cloud strike happened right over the house, and this little ball came down and skipped over the sidewalk incredibly fast. Afterwards there were little scorch marks where the ball hit. My stepdad and I found a wallet one time and returned it to the guy's house. Months later, I lost my cell phone and someone found it and called my parents via my emergency contacts. We meet up to pick it up, and it's the guy whose wallet we had returned. When clouds do it, they give birth to a bouncing bundle of pyrotechnic plasma. I got zapped by ball lightning a couple of times in a 10-minute span. It's an experience I hope never to repeat. Helicopter crash. Twice. FML. Take some fucking lessons. Bro, take the hint. My dad has been in 2 plane crashes. Are you sure you're not the real-life James Bond, just waiting for the right moment to reveal your secret identity? You win. Can't imagine going through that a second time. Was at air show in Germany and a jet crashed into the crowd. I still have night terrors about it occasionally, and I haven't been to an air show since. Was that the Ramstein air show disaster in '88? I read about it, it was horrific. What goes around comes around. Hit the major jackpot on a slot machine one time. That was pretty cool. I hit one once for 50G. Double train crash. My fear lives on. Well, on the better side, you survived both times. Celebrate your life more. Not me, but my brother has been struck by lightning 3 times. Oh man. Tell him to celebrate himself more, because clearly life has blessed him 4 times now. Made friends with a Dutch guy while we were staying in a hostel in Barcelona. We parted ways after a few days. I was getting on a train to Rome and he was getting on a train to Basel. I changed plans and decided to go to Venice instead. Unbeknownst to me, he did the same. We both walked into a hostel in Venice at the same time 24+ hours after we had said our goodbyes. Thus began a friendship that lasted till he passed away from an undiagnosed heart condition. Miss you, Olaf. I have only attended 7 Major League Baseball games in my life. 2 of them were no-hitters. That's actually pretty crazy. There have only been 323 no-hitters in MLB history. To have seen 2 of them in only 7 games is quite unlikely indeed. I've been to more than I can remember. Preseason games too. And some minor league games. None of them were no-hitters. One was a perfect game until the 9th inning. I saw a triple play once though. Being covered in volcanic ash in 1980 when Mt. St. Helens erupted. I was on my early morning paper route. I died. When I got shot several years ago, I technically died en route to the trauma center. Bless those paramedics, they quite literally moved heaven and earth to keep me here. Did you have any sort of near-death experience? Eating tomato soup without staining my shirt. Happened February 26, 1997, aka Tomato Soup Miracle Day. I stumbled upon my long-lost best friend from school while wandering through a foreign market. This you. Link. I died and came back to life. Death is painless and really shouldn't be feared, like being outside of your body is a trip. When I moved I had this beautiful neighbor who actually washed her car in shorts and bra and would wave at me. Never actually talked to her. She had a nice car and would wave at me. I got a job at this burger joint as part-time. She then applied there and told me about her neighbor who blasted music loud. It was me. LOL, it was funny, we became friends. I live in a different country from the one I grew up in. I've worked in 3 different companies, and in all 3, someone else from my high school also worked there. When I was 22 I quit my job and bought a one-way ticket to Mexico, with plans to come home when I ran out of money. A few days in I made some friends, and then spending time with one guy in particular. We just celebrated 17 years together with 3 kids, life is great and we are still so happy. It's our own little fairy tale. That's a movie plot. Ah, that's bad. I've seen 2 total solar eclipses, from the same exact spot on the Earth. Just moved to Phoenix, and I was filling my fridge for the first time. I'm at the checkout and this dude with obvious long hair had it tucked under his baseball cap. He was behind me and I was getting ready to pay. I noticed he had a Mickey Mouse watch with a pink band. And about $20 worth of candy on the belt. Jolly Ranchers, Tootsie Rolls, etc. Alice Cooper. Parked relatively close to me as well. Driving a light brown Escalade. Won the lottery in 2009 for $500,000. Saw a giant black triangle fly over my parents' home in the forest. Completely silent. Low and absolutely massive. Stealth bomber? One flew low over me during the Seattle Air Show back in the 90s. It was incredible how quiet it was. Same happened to me in Fairbanks, AK. I was outside smoking and looked up and lo and behold a goddamn stealth bomber was flying above. F-117 Nighthawk. I flew them in the early mid-90s back when I owned a Sega Genesis. Went on a weekend trip to Alaska and just happened to catch the beginning of the Iditarod dog sled race. A close friend / neighbor moved away, from London, when I was 9. A decade later, I made friends with an Irish lad at uni on day 1 and added him on Facebook. We had a friend in common. My childhood friend had moved to his school, his class in Ireland, and they'd become close friends. And happy Dancake Day, Mats. This is such an awesome answer. I got the owl statue in Stardew Valley before it was patched. Driving truck on a highway listening to a podcast, previously recorded weeks earlier, and the host introduced a guest name. It was something like LT Verber or something. As the name is being spoken by the host, I look down out my driver's side window and see the custom license plate of the passing car is exactly the same name. Nothing weird happened and the car continued on its way as normal. I went to a corner store with my friend when we were in high school. We just wanted some drinks. So we put a couple of Monster Energy drinks on the conveyor belt, and we noticed that the checkout girl had Monster brand apron on. A little coincidence, but nothing too far-fetched. However, as we were checking out, a few representatives from Monster came in the front door and saw us buying their beverages, so they went and stocked us up with a bunch of their drinks. Coffee, tea, energy drinks, all on them. Survived 2 home invasions, sad face. Stop invading homes. My dad had a paper route that morning, too. He talked about how much ash there was all the way in Hot Springs, Montana. Removed. Very similar thing happened to me. I was visiting Amsterdam while studying abroad. Ran into a girl I had a date with my freshman year from a small Midwest liberal arts college doing an internship with United Press International there.
Hey guys, it's Reddit Glitch. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I just wanted to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button because according to my statistics, 98.8% of my viewers are not subscribed, which I think you should subscribe because it's free and we're going to have a lot more bangers in the future, so subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.